It's time for baseball on MLB Network. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. It's interleague baseball on MLB Network. John Lester is the man towing the rubber for the Cubs in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he could be really tough to hit.
Stepping in, Brandon Guyer. And we are ready for some daytime
Leading
baseball.
Off the afternoon for the White Sox, the right fielder, Brandon Guyer.
First pitch of the at-bat. And the first pitch of the afternoon misses for ball 1, and that's how things get underway here at Wrigley.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Lester ready, the 1-0. Line drive to center field. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So the leadoff man reaches base to start out the first.
Even though that pitcher was able to execute in off the plate, batter was able to keep his hands inside that baseball and drive it up the middle.
Next to bat will be the Cuban import Yoan Moncada. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Here's the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Hey, you know in the back of your mind as a batter right here, he's got that nasty sinker. I know it's 0-2, but he might not be looking for the punch out. You have to find a way as a batter to get that two-seamer up in the zone, or you're going to ground into a double play.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Well, Matt, the guy to watch has to be Jose Abreu. Last year, he won the American League Silver Slugger for first baseman. You think about that. Everybody who plays first can hit, and he hit above the top of the heap. He's a pretty special hitter.
So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now. His past history against John Lester, he brings a .353 batting line. He also has 1 home run. He's set, and the pitch. And he takes ball 1. And set up behind the dish is Clyde Washington, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
You know, D-Row, he is a pitcher's best friend, Clyde Washington. Down in the strike zone, he'll definitely call that ball right at the knees.
If he's consistent with it, Dan, which Clyde always is, I'm okay with it.
2-0 now. Ready with the 2-0 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. And a swing and a miss. Does that look like self-defense there? It's 2-2. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Turned on down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Not really much the pitcher can do about that one. He put the ball down in the zone where he wanted it, but it was just a solid piece of hitting. Goes down and gets it and pulls it into the corner for extra bases.
Yeah, as you know, Dan, sometimes the hitter just wins. Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo. He swings and grounds it to short. And that'll get through into center field for a base hit. And the run will trot home to score from third as the White Sox claim the early 1-0 lead.
That is it.
Boy, that has
The
to
left
feel
fielder.
good as a hitter, D-Roy. Get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
In now, Leury Garcia. 0-1 the count. Now Lester's 0-1. This is line to left. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third.
Hey, this pitcher better make an adjustment. That's a lot of loud contact. That's 4 bullets in the first inning to open up this game.
Anderson.
And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. As he'll take a look at his strike on the outside corner, it's 0-1. His past history against John Lester, he hasn't had much success, just 2 for 11. He's taken him deep once. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. Anderson tends to exploit left-handed pitching. Many hitters are better against opposite-handed arms, of course, but he's considered one of the best hitters in baseball in these types of matchups. Counts a ball and 2 strikes to the White Sox shortstop.
Hey, that's just a great mix of pitches right there, and that's what this guy's going to do if he's going to keep this team off balance.
Now this is foul tipped right into the catcher's glove as he holds on to preserve the strikeout, and there are 2 away.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
Into the box, Yolmer Sanchez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. And we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning. Here's the 1-0. Laid off the bender there, but it's in for a called strike. The 1-1 home is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
Just reached back and threw a high fastball right by him. He didn't stand a chance.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And that one got a piece of him.
Some people in the crowd don't like that, but believe me, he did not want to hit a guy in the first inning. We'll see if he can regain his control or if his control becomes an issue.
Stepping in now, Adam Engel, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch. It's strike 1. Another first inning RBI opportunity for him here. He's set. The 0-1. Grounder down the line at third. Throw is in time, and they're able to avoid the huge inning here as this side is retired. So they do strike for 2, but it could have been much worse as they strand the bases loaded. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the White Sox 2, the Cubs coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. Carlos Rodon is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Southsiders. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, thanks, Matt. Carlos Rodon, the pride and joy of NC State University. Overpowering fastball at times, 94 to 96 miles an hour with some cutting action. His best secondary pitch is the hard slider and does have a changeup that's on the improve. If he brings all 3 of these, he has a chance to shut anybody down.
Go, Brett.
Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup. 0-1. Previously against Carlos Rodon, he's 5 for 7. The windup and the 0-1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Zobrist with a 1-2 count now. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Anderson brings it in, and the throw to first is in time. 1 gone. And a chance now from the north side of Chicago to check out the Cubs starting lineup. What's going to be the key for him today, Mark?
Well, Matt, this lineup finds themselves down 2 runs. Nothing crazy. Everyone relax. Stay within the game plan. Find a way to execute and get 1 run on the board and get back in this.
So 1 away here with the bases empty. And into bat next, former National League MVP Chris Bryant. First pitch coming. Here it is. Lays off 1-0. And right into the shift. Anderson picks it up. And the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first.
Man, there's just no excuse for a middle infielder to make a play like that, especially your shortstop. Looked like a routine play, but for some reason, he just pulled the first baseman off the bag. It happens, but you never want to give a team extra outs.
So a runner at first with 1 out now. And into bat next, the left-handed hitting first baseman, Anthony Rizzo. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1. He's running. Fouled away. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. No offer at that one, and the count moves to 2-2 now on the Cub first baseman. Bryant leads off first with 1 away. Lifted into the air out towards center field. Engel racing back at the track, and this one is gone. A home run. A 2-run shot off the bat of Anthony Rizzo, and with it the Cubs have battled back to tie things at 2.
Yeah, he had the right idea trying to bust him inside, but that pitch caught too much of the plate, and he took it deep for a 2-run homer. That was a nice swing of the bat.
Here's Javier Baez.
The shortstop, Javier.
She'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Still only 1 out in the inning. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Previously against Carlos Rodon, he's 0 for 5. Line towards center field, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Kept his shoulders square, his hands inside the baseball, and was able to fight off a good, nice executed pitch for him.
Now he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. Standing in now, Kyle Schwarber, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Runners on first with 1 down. Here's a look over to first. Runner back safely. The 1-0 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike 1. Now the 1-1 pitch misses, ball 2.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
And he fouls this one off. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the runner moving here on that 3-2 pitch. With only 1 out, but this guy at the plate swings the bat really well. So it's likely he'll put the ball in play if it's a pitch worth swinging at.
And it's fouled away. A full count now to Kyle Schwarber. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
The next Cub up, Wilson Contreras. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a slider tails outside for ball 1.
I think this inning could have far-reaching effects in this game. They're really making him work, and unless he dials it in, it's probably going to limit how deep he goes into this game.
The 1-0. Line towards center field. But this will not get down quickly enough as it's pulled in out there in center, and that ends the inning. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. Second inning coming up, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Digging in, Carlos Rodon. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Number 55, Carlos Rodon.
First offering on its way. And that's high for a ball, 1-0.
Okay.
A 1-ball, 1-strike count to the White Sox pitcher. The 1-2. This is popped up. Contreras moving to his left. Makes the play, 1 away.
Okay, here's how the Cubbies are lining up
The
defensively.
right fielder.
Let's take a look at
Brandon
catcher
Guyer.
Wilson Contreras. This guy has got one of the best arms in the game. Think Gary Sanchez, but in the National League. Nobody wants to attempt stealing bags on this guy, and brings a powerful bat to the lineup.
Stepping up now, Brandon Guyer. He singled his last time up. Now the first pitch here from Lester. A ball and no strikes. Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. The 1-2. Locks him up for strike 3.
He's looking a lot sharper and has settled in here in the second inning. It'd be hard not to, because that first inning was pretty much a mess. But I give him credit for letting it go and making some really good adjustments.
In now, Yohan Moncada. As Lester jumps ahead of him here with strike 1.
Well, even though these two teams are in different leagues, they do play each other every year because of the crosstown rivalry, and it's always pretty fun.
Yeah, and for the players, Matt, they love it. Not only is there more on the line than usual, like bragging rights, but they're not having to stay at hotels and all that. It's just like a normal home game where they're driving to a different ballpark.
Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Well, we've seen a lot of guys swinging at pitches out of the strike zone early on in this game. So I think the game plan on that pitch right there was to try to bounce one and try to get them to chase again.
The 1-2. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first and no swing. It's ball 2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. The 2-2 one more time. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Ready with another 2-2. Started to go around, but he's able to check his swing for ball 3. Count still full, 3-2. Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And this one misses here. A close pitch on 3-2, but Clyde Washington rules it ball 4.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
And he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And he'll be back in standing up. Into the box now, Jose Abreu. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Schwarber giving chase. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. A man left for the White Sox. Bottom of the second inning coming up. All square at 2 apiece. So coming to the plate, Jason Hayward. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
Jason Hayward.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Bottom part of the zone, and the slider is in there for a called strike. And it's quickly 0-2. slider. Ooh, thought he had him, but it's 1-2.
Pretty good discipline right there with 2 strikes. That's a tough sweeping slider. Not many guys lay off that pitch.
The 1-2. Shoots this one over to first. Fielded by Abreu, and he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Okay, guys, here's how the Southsiders are lining up on D today. And let's focus our attention on first baseman Jose Abreu. We know the bat plays, the ability to drive the ball out opposite field, no problem. But I don't think people realize how soft this guy's hands are at first base, constantly bailing his other infielders out.
Digging in, Albert Almora, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
All right, let's go.
First offering on its way. And this is taken outside for ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. A 2-ball, no strike count to the Cubs center fielder. Three and 0 now.
Well, he knows it, but this is the kind of guy you just have to go right after. He's not the biggest threat with the bat, so it's time to challenge him right here.
Comes with the fastball, but it's outside for ball 4.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, John.
Into the box, John Lester. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch, and they'll try and play for 1 here as he gets this one down. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly.
Sacrifice was in order right there as he gets the bunt down right there, and sometimes it's easier to just tag him instead of making that throw to first base.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that's in there for strike 1. Liner in there for a base hit. Almora isn't stopping. Here he comes to the plate. And he's safe at the plate as it's now a 3-2 ball game.
He doubled up on that one, Danny. Back-to-back changeups. Nice job by the batter right there, staying on that pitch.
Tell you this, one of the things that this pitcher will do, though, Mark, his changeup is so good, he's not afraid to throw it back-to-back pitches.
Here's Chris Bryant now, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Now the 1-0 is laid off for ball 2.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
Outside, 3-0 now.
Well, this has been a long inning already, and I know he doesn't want it to get any longer. I expect a challenge pitch right here.
And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. Twos all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course here in inning number 2.
That last at bat, he didn't crush that changeup for a home run, but listen, a home run is a home run. This guy's awfully strong, and he can hit it out to any part of the ballpark.
A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1.
Wow, that's 40 pitches for him already. This doesn't have the makings of a start that he's going to go very deep.
Zobrist at second. Bryant at first. 2 out in the inning. Fastball misses badly there, and he's behind 2-0.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone, and with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
Three and 0 now.
He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble out here. Middle of the order up in a run-scoring situation, and now he might have to challenge him. Going to have to make some good pitches here.
The 3-0 pitch. 3-1.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
He's set. The 3-1. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Pitch is piling up. 44, and he's not clear of the second yet. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. Only 1 in the inning for the Cubs. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd. The Cubbies are in front 3-2. So here's the cleanup hitter, Wellington Castillo, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one.
Castillo.
Now the first pitch here from Lester. Cut fastball in there for a called strike. Now Lester's 0-1. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss. One and 2 to the White Sox catcher.
I know you have to protect the strike zone when you get the count to 2 strikes, but on an 0-2 pitch that misses by that much, it's pretty easy for a hitter not to swing it that way.
Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. Another 1-2 delivery. Fastball call, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Just flat out froze him there. Nothing too deceptive about that four-seam fastball, so I think he wasn't expecting it at all.
Garcia.
Stepping in now, Leury Garcia. Standing in from the right side as he takes strike 1. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Strike 2 as the fastball is let go.
Sort of surprising to see a 5-hole hitter take 2 in a row for strikes to start an at bat. Now he's way behind the count, so we'll see if he can battle back.
A bouncer to the left side. Bryant gloves it. Throw gets him. 2 down. Digging in for his second at bat, Tim Anderson. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. And this misses outside and a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. And he misses again. 2-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
Hit sharply but foul down the right side. the 2-1 home. Is strike two swinging.
Hey, if he's going to get swings and misses at balls up and out of the zone, he's going to continue to go there.
Hit to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Down in order go the White Sox. They're down 3-2. And we're back for the bottom of the third. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. Between innings, I was able to discuss the current state of the Cubs lineup with manager Joe Maddon, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. They've been able to push across 3 runs to this point, but they've also made the opposition work extremely hard. He's thrown a lot of pitches, and they think they're going to have a good opportunity to push across a lot more runs as he tires or as they get into that bullpen.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
For the Cubs.
Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Javier Baez, as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3. First pitch on its way. Ball 1. Seared down the first baseline. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Settling in now, Kyle Schwarber. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. One and 1 to Schwarber. And that misses. 2-1. High in the air out to center field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
The catcher, number 40.
So now with 2 out and the bases empty, it's Wilson Contreras. First delivery to him on the way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Now here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball that couldn't quite catch the inside. Fastball called strike. 1-2. Two and 2 to the Cubs catcher.
Well, that's a great take there, right there, on that slider down and in. That's one of the toughest pitches to lay off of as a hitter. That hard breaking ball coming down and in at the back foot. A tough take on a good pitch.
2-2 pitch is fouled away.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late. That breaking ball, the pitch before that heater right there, definitely threw his timing off.
Won't commit on the slider. Good patience, and it's full. 3-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Engel is after it. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. Welcome back to the north side of Chicago, back here at Wrigley Field as we check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I had a chance to talk with White Sox manager Rick Renteria between innings about his thoughts on his lineup's performance. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already, and he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Stepping
Leading
into
off
the
for the White
box,
Sox,
Yolmer Sanchez,
the second baseman,
and maybe a little extra
Carlos.
motivation for him here after being hit by a pitch in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, you're not lying. Last time up, squared right in the back. Hopefully it doesn't stiffen up. I want to see if he can get through something right here.
No balls and a strike to count. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. And a wasted pitch there, 1-2.
I'm shocked he was even able to foul that one away. Now he's got to set his sights back over the heart of the plate and maybe be ready for something inside.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
That pitch was way down on 2-2, but give the hitter some credit there. Sometimes with 2 strikes, you're more apt to expand the strike zone, but he didn't and held off on that one that wasn't even close.
Another full count pitch on its way. A swing and a miss on the ball way out of the zone, and there's 1 away.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
Standing in now, Adam Engel. He offers at it and hits it in the air to left. And a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit.
The pitcher, number 55, Carlos.
Standing in, Carlos Rodon. He could be bunting here in order to stay out of the double play. Here comes the first pitch. Now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. This gets foul. It's 0-1. We're in the 4th. 3-2 is our score. Bunt attempt is popped into foul ground. Now a snap move over to first, and the runner back easily. Now a bunt attempt here. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
Now batting.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup now, and stepping in, Brandon Guyer, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball on the first pitch, and it's taken for strike 1. Engel at second with 2 down. And there's ball 1.
1-1. Come on, open your eyes.
The 1-1.
Nope,
And this
that's
one
a ball.
runs a little too far in. Ball 2.
Now,
And this is on the inside edge, perhaps off the inside edge, but it's a called strike. 2-2 now.
You can clearly see that the hitter didn't like that strike call, and his manager, he didn't like it either, as he's giving the umpire an earful from that dugout.
The 2-2 pitch. Here's a ball for Rizzo over at first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. White Sox leave one. Still a 3-2 ball game. So striding in, Jason Hayward. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Jason.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a fastball's in there for strike one. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Garcia has a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. He worked a walk and came around to score in his first trip in this game. First pitch on its way. And that misses for ball one.
1 ball, no strike.
Hit hard to third. Moncada gloves it. Throw to first will get him. Already 2 away here in the home fourth. In now, John Lester. He successfully laid down a sac bunt in his last plate appearance.
And not easy to do in today's game. High velocity, exploding breaking stuff. He executed that sac bunt perfectly.
There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. 3 runs, 3 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Line drive to left, and that'll get down for a 2-out single. So Ben Zobrist will bat this inning following the 2-out hit.
As we take a look at the pitch count, you can see that it's not that high, but you have to wonder maybe if the heat is taking it out on this guy a little bit. The weather can be the great equalizer, especially when the temps are starting to rise like this.
Digging in and looking for more, Ben Zobrist. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. Swinging a soft liner, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Hey, after back-to-back 2-out hits right now, this pitcher thought he was going to cruise through this inning, and now he's got traffic, and he's in jeopardy with a ball in the gap or a ball missed over the heart of the plate, a crooked number going on the board.
In now, Chris Bryant, as he lifts it in the air to right field. And a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit. And the run will score from second as they double him up now. It's 4-2.
And I can't blame the pitching coach for making that walk. That's 3 consecutive 2-out hits here, so he's going to remind this guy that they just need to make one good pitch and get this inning over with. Let's see if the talk does any good.
Into the box, Anthony Rizzo, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one.
Well, you know, giving up 3 straight hits is bad enough, but now it looks like he's starting to nibble a little bit. It's hard not to when you're getting hit, but you don't want to put yourself in bad counts.
Right side. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. The Cubs lead this one 4-2. Stepping into the box, Yohan Moncada. He'll start off the 5th in this one.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Hit out towards second. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. So the base is empty here with 1 away, and one of the more prolific RBI men in the league the last few years, Jose Abreu, will bat next. First offering on its way. Well above the letters with the fastball that time. And that last pitch was number 74 for Lester in this one. Hit in the air down the right field line, but this will wind up being a foul ball. 1-1 on its way from Lester. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. 4-2 our score here as we play inning number 5. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Two is a changeup that misses. 3-2. Another full count offering on its way. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance into the bleachers and gone. It's a solo home run for Jose Abreu as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
Well, they were smart not to challenge him with a fastball, but it didn't matter. He's their big dog for a reason, so he waited, stayed back, and absolutely exploded through the zone on that one.
Stepping in now, Wellington Castillo. She'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Tried to go with the nasty backdoor breaking ball right there. Good job by the batter to take that pitch, work the count even.
Both teams with 6 hits so far. And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2. Cut fastball that time, but he doesn't bite, and now it's 3-1.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
Swung on and missed. 3-2.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. Full count still. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
The batter, the left fielder, Leury.
Ready now, Leury Garcia. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. First pitch coming. Here it is. And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball 1. Two out, nobody on. And he misses. 2-1. Smoke toward the hole. That's through for a base hit, his 2nd of the ball game.
Boy, D-Roll, the pitch count keeps climbing and climbing and climbing, and this is another example of they're really making this guy work in this one.
Yeah, that's the grind right here. You put your hard hat on, you try and find a way to get into that bullpen.
Into the box now, Tim Anderson, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one.
As a hitter right here, you have to tell yourself, I can't get too big. Don't let the moment get away from me. A nice bullet in the gap gets the job done in this situation.
Started the breaking ball far too inside that time. Laid off for ball one. And now the Cubs bullpen will start working here as both a lefty and a righty are up. Garcia is off at first with two away. Softly hit out to short. And he'll go to short way to retire the side. But for the Sox, a run here in the inning on the solo home run. Bottom of the fifth coming up. It's the Cubs 4 and the White Sox 3. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Javier Baez, last year's recipient of the Silver Slugger Award for NL second baseman. Here comes the first pitch. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. And that's taken for a called strike two.
Probably better that he let that pitch go anyway. After seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before, it's pretty hard to sit back enough on a well-thrown changeup.
Now a swing, and he pops him up. This is right out in front of the mound. And there's your first out of the inning.
Now batting.
So digging in now, Kyle Schwarber. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. We're in the 5th inning of a 4-3 ball game here. Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
Now with the 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in.
The 2-0 on the way. Fouled away. Three and 1 to the Cubs left fielder. Wilson Contreras is on deck. 4 runs, 6 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. And it's full now, 3-2.
Hey, as an offense, you do your homework, you scout. He hasn't been using that pitch an awful lot. I say you just throw that out. If he's going to flip that occasionally for a strike, then so be it.
Now the pitch. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
I'll tell you, he's showing no signs of tiring right now. Still looks razor sharp from what I can tell, so I think he might last a while longer if he can keep this up.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He's lined out and flied out in 2 plate appearances. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. Contreras in front, 2 balls and no strikes. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit high and deep out to left center field. Engel going back on it, and he makes a nice catch on the track as that ends the inning. Cubs are down in order, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead. Tyler Chatwood takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
For the Cubs, number 21, Tyler Chatwood.
stepping in, Yolmer Sanchez.
Leading
He'll
off
look
with
to
the White
bounce
Sox,
back after
the
striking
second
out
baseman,
his last time up.
Carlos.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Fly ball right down the line and left. And that will end up a foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. Fastball well outside. Now some action out in the bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander begin throwing. Bryant trying to get there. Liner towards second. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
Now batting, the center fielder, Adam Engel.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And up next, one of the best defensive center fielders in the league, Adam Engel. He waits. Now the pitch. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. Hit the other way out toward right field. Hayward has a read on it. 1 away. John Jay will be summoned off the bench here as he'll pinch hit with a runner at first and 1 gone in the inning.
John Jay.
A ball and no strikes. Batter pitcher matchup numbers with Tyler Chatwood. He's a .333 hitter, 5 for 15. Sanchez, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Edge of the zone that time taken and ruled a strike. Jay is facing his old colors in this one. He signed as a free agent with this organization earlier in the season.
Yeah, guys, I always think it's interesting to play your old uniform. Maybe say hi to everybody you got accustomed to seeing when you were previously here. But then once the game starts, it's all business.
Jay is just shy of 6 feet at 5'11", a left-handed batter and thrower. He was taken in the 2nd round during the first-year player draft of 2006.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
The count now at 2-2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And that misses, so it's a full count, 3-2.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
Loud contact there, but it's well foul. 4-3 our score here as we play inning number 6. And another foul ball. Another full count pitch home. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Moving under it, Schwarber, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out. Ready now for the White Sox, Brandon Guyer. He was a ground out victim last time up. First pitch on its way. Strike taken as that one catches the outer part of the plate. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out with the man at first. Breaking ball snaps in there for a called strike 2. Ground ball left side. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. A man left for the White Sox. Score holds at 4-3. Juan Minaya enters to do the pitching
Now
in the
pitching
bottom of the
for
6th.
White Sox, number 37, Juan Minaya.
Here's Jason Hayward now. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
The right fielder, Jason Hayward.
From the stretch. And a ball 1-0. Action in the White Sox bullpen now as they have a left-hander getting loose. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1. The 1-1 is a slider that can't catch the outside.
1 strike.
Now the 2-1 pitch is taken for strike 2. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Standing in now, Albert Almora, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. Tries to change up on him there, but it's a ball. 2-1. Almora with an even count. 2-2.
When a guy's featuring big time velocity like this, you have to be on the fastball. It's your only chance. You'll tip your hat on some nasty off speed stuff, but you gotta be ready for the heater.
Here now the 2-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Daniel Descalso will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. The 0-1 delivery. Fastball just misses. That's ball one. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Two out, nobody on. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. And this is swung on and missed. Might have even been a foul tip that's held on to, but either way, the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front. And before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Brad Brock is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 29, Brad Brock.
Leading off the inning, Yohan Moncada, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Popped him up. Bryant is there for it. 1 away. So 1 away, and that'll bring in the dangerous Cuban slugger Jose Abreu. He's set. Here it comes. Right-hander against right-hander, as this is a ball. 1-0. Now the 1-0 is laid off, but in there for strike 1. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Hayward has a read on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Into the box now, Wellington Castillo. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. First pitch coming. Here it is. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Takes this the other way to right. Hayward is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox. Still down a run. It's 4-3. Ian Hamilton gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
52.
Back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Ben Zobrist. 2 hits and 3 at-bats for him in this one. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Strike taken up in the zone.
Here we go, Dan.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch.
Oh, that's right.
And here's one that misses to the Chicago second baseman. It's a ball and a strike. Two balls and a strike.
Come on, Cubby.
3 balls and a strike to the Chicago leadoff hitter.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
There's strike 2 as the slider hits the outside corner.
Great spot with that pitch down and away. He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep hitting that spot.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Count remains full. Another full count offering on its way. And that misses, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
That leadoff walk is a great way to start this inning when you're looking to pad the lead. Could be the beginning of good things here in this half inning.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And into bat next, former National League MVP Chris Bryant.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA. And what does he do when he shows up? Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
Had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. You still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone.
Interesting sequence of pitches right there. A real ugly swing on a ball away, and it looks like the batter has a much better idea of what he's looking for after that second pitch.
Oh, this is hit to third. Will it be 2? One there to Abreu for the big double play.
Nice job on the mound to bounce back from the leadoff walk. Those are usually pretty costly, but that won't be the case this time after the 2 ball.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Ball 1.
Wait for the pitch.
The 1-0. And he fouls this one off. Now Rizzo belts one, carrying well into right field. And that's off the scoreboard. What a blast. Now that ball was an absolute tape measure blast. Probably one of the farthest home runs you'll see all season. And as Show Track tells us, it was projected at exactly 450 feet. That's one that'll make the highlight shows later on for sure.
The batter, number 9, shortstop, Javier.
In now,
Baez.
Javier Baez. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The 1-0 is looked at for the first strike.
You know, hats off to the pitcher right there. You got a great hitter at the plate. It's early in the count, and he wanted to get ahead. Nice challenge pitch right there.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Two balls and a strike to Javi Baez. Cubs shortstop with a 3-1 count.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
And that is in there at the letters to run it full 3-2. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
So it's a runner at first with 2 men out. And next it'll be the left-handed power threat, Kyle Schwarber. He's set and the pitch. There's a fastball on the inner third taken for a strike. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And he takes this one high, 1-1.
I'll tell you, it's a helpless feeling for a manager or a pitching coach when your pitchers are having a really hard time throwing strikes. What are you supposed to do other than keep trying new guys until someone starts attacking the zone?
Into the corner and slicing foul. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. The Cubs get a run courtesy of Anthony Rizzo. We'll march on to the 8th. It's now 5-3 Chicago. Steve Cishek been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 41, Steve Cishek.
Digging in once again, Leury Garcia. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate. One 0 count. Here it is. Hard hit toward the hole. Played on the backhand. Throw not in time, and he's in there with his 3rd hit of the afternoon.
Now batting.
Hey, that's a heck of an approach right there. Leadoff single in the late innings. Team's down a little bit. Let's see if this ends up being a huge turning point in this one.
Into the box, Tim Anderson, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Now the 1-0 is a slider that backs up for a ball. Garcia gets his lead at first, nobody out. High and deep down the left field line, and this will wind up a foul ball. The 2-1 home. High and deep to right center.
Giving chase is Almora.
He's there and records the first down. Got a long way to go to make that running catch, and here it is again with the show track numbers. Took a great angle at it, showed nice closing speed, and ended up running close to 110 feet to finally bring it in. No doubt an efforts his teammates are appreciative of. First things first, here's a throw over. And a dive, but he's back in. Into the box now, Yolmer Sanchez. Strike one to start the at-bat. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Oh and 1, here it comes. Lifted down the line in left. Schwarber on the move. He can't make the play as it hops over the wall, and that's a break for the defense as it's going to keep the runner from first from scoring.
Well, I do wonder if that ball stays in the ballpark. Did they send him home there? It's really hard to say with the ball bouncing over the wall for a double. That might have cost them a run there.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Sinker on the inside, and that's a strike. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Second and third here, one man out. Hit down the line at first. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
A simple ground ball to the infield, but the run does come home from third, and they cut their deficit to only 1 run.
Yonder Alonso will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 17, Yonder Alonso.
And he lays off there, 1-0. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball, 1-1. The set and the 1-1. Really pulled that one across as the slider misses well inside. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2. Brandon Geyer would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Ready with the payoff pitch. And a sinker there. Swung on and missed for out number 3. Sox get a run here on 2 hits. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. Cubs lead it 5-4. Jace Fry is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 57, Jace Fry.
So stepping in, Wilson Contreras. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Cut fastball taken for strike one. In there, and it's 0-2 now.
Don't just assume as a hitter right here he won't triple up. He's got you down 0-2, and he might really want to get inside your head if he throws the same pitch again.
0-2, here it comes. That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Now another 1-2. Curveball got him swinging for the first out.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff men on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a one-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
At the plate, Jason Hayward. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that's taken for strike one. And some stirring now in the White Sox bullpen as it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And it's fouled away. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2.
When you have 2 strikes on you as a hitter, if you get something that you can handle, you have to find a way to do some damage with it. That was a missed opportunity.
One and 2. Here it comes. Hit on the ground to third. Moncada fields it cleanly, and there's out number 2.
The center fielder.
Now in the box, Albert Almora, who was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground, but this is foul for the first strike. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Engel sprinting after it. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They hold on to a 5-4 lead. There's Joe Maddon up out of the dugout now on his way to home plate, so it looks as though he's going to call for the double switch here. Pedro Strop comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th.
Now pitching and batting in the 7th spot, number 46, Pedro Strop. Now playing right
into the box now, Brandon Guyer. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day.
Hey, it's never easy scoring runs against a closer, but this lineup is setting up perfectly right now as the leadoff hitter leads off this inning.
9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Checks his swing, but this will be strike 2 call.
So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
There's another slider. That's back-to-back good sliders, and this guy's breaking ball is really good. And when he's throwing it well like he is, and he's confident with it, he can throw it 3 or 4 times in a row. A really good slider in this one.
Hit softly on the ground to third. Bryant scoops it up, and an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow.
now batting.
At the plate, Yohan Moncada. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. From the stretch. Just off the outside as he can't catch the corner. And he gets the call that time for strike number one. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off. One-run game here in the top of the ninth. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And he comes back with 1 down and in for ball 3. Jose Abreu is on deck. Three-two pitch. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
He's going to be pretty upset with himself about that 3-2 pitch. All you want to do in that count is make a competitive pitch, but that one wasn't even spiffing the zone, and he let him get away.
At the plate, Jose Abreu. They'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. First offering on its way. Heading out towards shallow right. Modi moving forward. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. White Sox down to their final out. And in the bat next, the catcher Wellington Castillo. Quick check on that tying run at first. And he's back standing. He's set. Here it comes. In there. 0-1. Barring any late turnaround, the win would belong to John Lester. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's taken for strike 2, as now they're down to their final strike here this afternoon.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
The White Sox down to their last strike. And he struck him out for out number 3. So that'll wrap things up here as they leave the possible tying run stranded at first.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
A 1-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. Chicago took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. John Lester takes home the win. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian. We all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 10 minutes. Our paid attendance at Wrigley Field this afternoon, 41,649. As always, we thank you for your support of Chicago Cubs baseball and remind you to please drive home safely.